Hello everybody out there in YouTube, it's that time again! It's time for the Steam sale, specifically the 2012 Summer Steam sale. Which means it's also time for me to come on microphone and just browse the Steam UI and make you all well aware that I know absolutely nothing about video games. Hooray! Disclaimer before going into this, because people apparently didn't get this last time I did the videos. The vast majority of these games I probably will not have played or will have very little knowledge of, so I shall be judging them based on appearance. I shall be judging books by their cover. You know, they always say you should never judge a book by their cover, but you know what? If there's one thing in the world that you can judge by its cover, it's a freaking book, right? It's got the title on everything, so you can pretty much judge it from that. Anyway, moving onwards. Let's first talk a little bit about the structure of this year's Steam sale. So, every day there shall be 9 selected games going on sale. These are the 9 for today, and I shall be making a video each day talking about these 9. Something that this sale doesn't have that other sales did have in the past are achievements in games, and though it's a little bit unfortunate that those aren't still in. It's a little bit unfortunate that they couldn't even, you know, re-implement the ones that were in last year, you know. Give you a second chance to get those or something, I don't know, but ultimately, that kind of makes this summer sale a little bit less appealing to me, I gotta say, because like last year, I was buying games purely for getting the Steam achievements, the Steam Summer Sale achievements in them. And that's just not going to be possible this time around, because there aren't any. There are some Steam achievements. If you actually look in your profile under your badges, you can actually see some achievements. Not many. Join the Summer Sale group. Buy a game. That's an achievement now. Buy a game. Give money to Gaben and get an achievement. Isn't that fantastic? And all the rest are for voting in something that I shall go into now. So, something that is slightly new in this year's Steam Summer Sale are these flash sales. And we actually have a small choice: Star Wars Force Unleashed 2, Rayman Origins, War Master of the Arcane, Back to the Future. These are games that are only on sale for, I believe it's about 10 to 12 hours or so. And you actually get to vote for what you want the next game to go on flash sale is. So that is kind of interesting. So this is the voting thing, and I think one of the achievements is actually to vote 20 times, and I think the vote is actually only every 12 hours. So if you want that achievement, I think you don't have that many chances to miss, because I think this only goes on for about 11 days, this sale. So you can only miss about 2 of the votes, I think. So if you want all the achievements, best get on that! Because if you've not voted already, then you've already missed 1. I'm kind of making this video a little bit late. It's 8 o'clock in the morning on Friday the 13th. Oh, yay, Friday the 13th. This is going to be a good day, isn't it? And so the first round of voting is actually finished, so apparently the next game that's going to be on flash sale is Trine 2. Oh, isn't that fantastic? And there's going to be a new vote starting in 1 minute, so hooray! And I think that's about it. We've still got the pack deals from previous years, some of which are absolutely ridiculous, like 88% off. And oh, it looks like the next round of voting has come up. So, do you want to see Stronghold 3 Gold, Ghost Recon 2, or Brink? I actually want to see none of those games, but I have to vote anyway, so let's vote for Stronghold 3 Gold, because Brink is a piece of poo, and Ghost Recon games are not tremendous. Oh, it's Graw 2. Yeah, not fantastic. Stronghold 3 Gold is the lesser of 3 evils here, I think. Where's Stronghold 3 Gold, actually? Let's have a look. Let's have a quick look. Let's get sidetracked. Yeah, this looks fairly decent. You know, castle building, and I'm guessing castle demolishing of some kind. Yeah, fair enough. That is my pick for the next voting round. Screw the FPSs. Castle building is where it's at. Anyway, moving on. First game on sale today, Might and Magic Heroes 6. This is a turn-based strategy RPG type thing. Developed and, well, published by Ubisoft, so you do have third-party DRM to be very mindful of. This is an online-only game because of Ubisoft's fantastic and totally working DRM service, which Totally working, by the way, was in massive sarcasm quotes there, because, you know, always online DRM is the best DRM, ha. I love not being able to play my game. I can't even finish that sentence. Anyway, again, a game that I've not played. There's probably going to be a lot of these throughout the sale. There were some days during the winter sale where I'd not played any game that was on sale that day, and I was just like, yeah, this is a game I've not played. Yeah, that looks interesting. Yeah. From what I've heard of this game, though, it is a great addition to the Might and Magic series and a fantastic turn-based RPG if you're into that kind of game. I will say one thing, though. Rediscover the richness of the M&M universe. M&M's are those little chocolate-covered things, right? Man, I didn't know they had their own universe. That's just crazy. Might and Magic Hero 6 is available for 50% off, £15 or €15 or $25. Second game in today's Steam sale is Crusader Kings II. This is a game that's kind of slipped under the radar for me. I usually know about these kind of games. I'm usually a fan of these kind of empire-building strategy, world strategy domination games. So I'm kind of surprised that I'd not actually heard of this before this Steam sale, and I'm very, very tempted to get it, I gotta say. What I've read of it has been, you know, fantastic reviews. Apparently it's very difficult, which, you know, you want in a game like this. I'm struggling not to add this to cart, honestly. Apparently it looks like it's all played on the map. It doesn't look like there's any battle things, unlike the Total War series. Yeah, this is definitely a want for me. It's published and developed by Paradox, who are most known for Magicka. What I will say, I probably am going to end up getting this before the end of the day, honestly. What I will say is, if you've not played Magicka, then I highly recommend the Paradox Collection, which you can get for 80% off. That includes Magicka, all the DLC, Mountain Blade, this game, and I believe all the DLC for this game. Actually, it doesn't look like you get the DLC for this game, but you can get all the DLC for this game at 75% off. One thing I will say about this game, any game where you can struggle with the Pope and basically beat up the Pope, that sounds like a fantastic game in my books. Crusader Kings II is available at £7.50 or €10 or $10. Game number 3 in today's Steam Daily Deals, Cockadoody Modern Warfare 3. Do I really need to go into this? I'll say one thing about this, and this is that it's got a Metacritic score of 22%. I don't think I need to mention Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. You know what? If you're watching this video, chances are you know about it, and if you like it, great. More power to you. But, you know, it's a Call of Duty game. I can't go on with talking about it, because I will throw up a little bit. This is available for £20, €30 or $30 if you want to waste that kind of money. Game number 4 in today's Steam Daily Deals is Portal 2. I don't think I can say enough good things about Portal 2. Chances are, again, if you're watching this video, you've played Portal or know of Portal. It's a 3D first-person puzzle platformer, and it is absolutely incredible. It very much is. For the price of $3.74 is incredibly worth it. This is definitely one that you should pick up. If you've never played Portal or Portal 2, then just pick up this game, honestly, because there is very little there is very little I can say if you know that's not good about this game, you know. I will say also that there are 2 pieces of free DLC with this game as well, which makes it even sweeter. You know, for less than £4, you're getting full game, 2 pieces of DLC. The DLC features full level editor, so you can make levels, and I do actually have a series of at the moment where I'm going through levels and things like that. So yeah, you should definitely get this. If you have not played Portal or Portal 2, then do it. It will change your life forever. Possibly. I make no guarantees about that. Portal 2 is available for, as I said, £3.74 or €5 or $5. British pounds get a really weird and awkward price. Or you can get a 2-pack if you have a friend that you want to play the co-op with, or you can get a bundle which includes the original Portal for just £4.50, which is very worth it if you've not got either. Game number 5 is Ridge Racer Unbounded, and my first reaction upon seeing this in the Steam Daily Deals list was, whoa, they're still making Ridge Racer games? I'm not exactly one to follow racing game news, but yeah, so chances are I've heard of it before, but it's just kind of glazed over in my mind. I'll probably forget all about this game existing by tomorrow. Racing games, not a huge genre for me. I remember I did have a couple of awesome racing games. I had the original Ridge Racer on the original PlayStation. And I remember thinking that was a pretty darn good game, but I remember hearing about Ridge Racer 2, and that is the last I've heard of the Ridge Racer franchise ever. So, yeah! If you want, if you are into this kind of realistic racing game thingy, Ridge Racer type game, then here it is! It's on sale! I can't really say I couldn't recommend it though. Ridge Racer Unbounded features the addition of destructible environments, so it can be gotten for £15.99, €24.99 or $24.99. Game number 6 is the fantastic indie old-school dungeon crawler Legend of Grimrock. Old-school dungeon crawlers are something I've not seen for a very long time, like since the 90s or so. I remember having a couple of awesome similar games to this, essentially where you first person go around dungeon and have a party characters and things like that. It's a genre that I've not heard anything of for a very long time, and this is a fantastic revival of that genre. So, you have 4 characters, you can give them weapons and items and have to keep food up, and you can go around a big dungeon solving puzzles, and it looks absolutely incredible, it plays absolutely incredible, the enemies look amazing, and it is an incredibly good game. Definitely one that I recommend if you're into if you're into RPG type things, then this is one that I would definitely recommend. I believe they were meant to be adding a level editor to this, but I'm not sure if that's actually ever been created. I'm very much not sure, but it would be absolutely awesome if they did. Legend of Grimrock is available for £4.79, €5.59 or $5.99, and you should get it. Game number 7 is Terraria, which is another fantastic indie game created by Redigit or Relogic or whatever he's calling himself now. It is a 2D platformer with Minecraftian style, where you can essentially destroy blocks, create blocks, build houses and things like that. A lot of people compare it to Minecraft, and I've seen... Basically, it seems like people either go into this with an open mind, or go into it with the mind that, yeah, it's just a Minecraft clone. And the people that go into it with an open mind tend to really enjoy this game. The people that go into it with the mindset it's just a Minecraft clone tend to not. So, it is not just a Minecraft clone. This is definitely a fantastic game on its own. You do have to do a lot of resource gathering, you do have to do a lot of crafting and building your houses, such as those. However, it is itself a fantastic game. I should point out that in February they've actually announced that they've stopped development of this game, so there won't be any more patches or anything, which I think is a bit unfortunate, because this is the kind of game that does rely on more and more content being added, I think, so that is a little bit unfortunate. However, for the price of £1.50 or €2.49 or $2.49, this is really something that you're going to have to at least consider getting if you've not played it before. And then I would definitely highly recommend this. I do actually also have a playthrough up on YouTube somewhere in one of my playlists somewhere. I didn't actually get very far with it. I got to the first boss and then was like, yeah, this is too hard for me. I'm gonna not make another episode. Yes! I'm good at finishing LPs! Game number 8 today is the Total War Shogun II franchise, which includes the base game and a whole bunch of DLC and expansion packs. Oh boy. Total War Shogun 2 is a great Total War game. It's obviously a sequel to Shogun Total War, which is the very first Total War game. It is very much another of these world domination strategy type games, but with a lot more in-game battles and things such as that, and things like that, that you have to direct. Again, chances are you've probably heard of the Total War series, and this is definitely a fantastic addition to this. You can get Total War Shogun 2 for £7.50, €10 or $7.50, or you can get the full collection, which includes both of the DLC packs for £20 or $20 or €25. Should also say that actually this also now comes with a battle map editor, which sounds like possibly one of the best things ever. Oh boy, I've not actually played it since that was added, and I really want to go play it now. I think I may have to go and do that after I've recorded this. And finally today we have the Indie Bundle 1, which was added like 3 days ago, probably for the sole intent of being in this sale. It includes these 5 fantastic indie games here: Anomaly Warzone Earth, Cave Story Plus, Edge, Lone Survivor, The Baconing. It's not the best selection of indie games I've ever seen. I would say the price alone is worth it for Cave Story Plus, though. Anomaly Warzone Earth I'm not tremendously keen on. It's a strategy game where you gotta order your troops around and try and not get them killed. I wasn't a tremendous fan of it. Edge is a puzzle platformer type thing. Lone Survivor is an action RPG type simulation game, and The Baconing is the sequel to Deathspank. I do actually like the Deathspank game, so I do think this indie bundle is worth picking up for Cave Story Plus and The Baconing. But if you own either of those two, then it's probably not worth getting the bundle. Like I say, the only game I don't have from it is The Baconing, and I was kind of tempted to get it for that price, because I could get The Baconing on its own for £10, or I could get the full pack, but obviously I don't get extra copies of all these games, so that kind of seems pointless. So it is a pity, but I shall wait for The Baconing to come into some better offer, I think. So, recommended if you've not got Cave Story Plus and The Baconing, but if you've got either, probably want to leave. The Indie Bundle 1 is available for the price of £7 or €10 or $10. And that about wraps up today's Steam Daily Deals. It only remains for me to say that my 2 top picks for the day would probably have to be Portal 2, fairly obviously, and maybe possibly slightly unexpectedly Legend of Grimrock, because I've been spending a lot of time over the last few hours playing that. I gotta say, I have played it before, but the fact that it's on offer has kind of compelled me to play it again. And still a fantastic game. Highly recommended if you have not played that and you're interested in any kind of old school dungeon crawler with RPG elements. So that about wraps it up for the Steam sales today. Don't forget to vote regularly every 12 hours for your achievements. Don't forget to check out the flash sales, which I can't really go into detail about because the chances are they will change fairly quickly. As I say, they just added Darksiders and Spellforce 2, which I may be interested in, actually. I shall have to give this one a nice consider. Still thinking of getting... what was it? Crusader Kings? Still thinking of getting Crusader Kings 2. That is how my life is going. I'm going to basically spend the whole day looking at Crusader Kings 2 and deciding whether or not to get it. Hooray! If you've liked this video and want to see more like it, please click the like button because it really helps me out, and I shall see you tomorrow for more Steam Daily Deals!